put points in the condensers and lawnmowers and stuff. All right, thank you, sir.
Yeah, sure it is.
Look at that, beautiful. Actually, hello everyone, this is John Moore with Appalachian Channel, and we're back today at Wayne's farm, and this is Wayne's World Part 2. That's what I've called this series because Wayne's lived here for 83 years. And if you've not seen the first video I made with Wayne, it's one of my best videos so far as how fast it hit 1 million views. It hit 1 million views in 20 days, Wayne. Everybody likes you. You're a superstar. Do you know that?
I don't know.
You don't know? Well, everybody likes all these cars, and so I was here yesterday. So this is part 3. The first video will be part 1, the one we filmed yesterday, getting the Impala out of the barn, and had to move a bulldozer. So you're going to want to, if you've not seen part 1 and part 2, you're going to back up and you're going to watch those. Today we got a lot on the agenda, but it's going to be like 107 heat index today, so we probably won't get a whole lot done because we're going to have to sit in the shade and drink some water. But I'm glad to have Jay with us today. He came down from Virginia, and he's going to help us with some of the tree limbs. Wayne mows with his tractor, and some of these tree limbs have just got to where he can't get underneath them, and he's done a great job at 84-year-old mowing with his tractor. But we're just going to do a little touch-up, and Jay's going to work on that, and I hopefully get to film him a little bit. And me and Wayne are going to work on the Impala today and try to get it looking a little bit better. And so we got a lot going on, and this project could go on for several years. We don't know, because Wayne's got about 18 cars, 13 or 14 tractors. I don't know how many lawnmowers he's got. Every barn has got a riding mower in it. Every barn you go into has got some kind of lawnmower in it. And he's got really a museum here of Appalachian history and farm equipment and tobacco equipment. And mainly that's what you collected, I guess, wasn't it, Wayne?
Yeah.
About tobacco. Wayne don't talk a whole lot. Now, people get on to him in the comments and say, let Wayne talk. And I'll let him talk. He'll get to talking here in a minute. But guys, y'all ready to get started doing something?
Yes, sir.
All right, we're going to do a little walk around on the property. I'm going to show Jay what some of the trees we're going to cut. And then, I don't know, I'm going to try to get my motorhome over here in a little bit to use it just as a to block the sun a little bit for us. I don't know if we'll get that done, but hey, let's get started, guys. You ready?
Yes, sir. Right on, right on.
Wayne, I'm going to show you something. Come over here. Jay's got a lawnmower he brought that I remember as a kid. We used these.
Snappers.
You know Snapper, Wayne?
Yeah, boy.
I love these lawnmowers. I used these back in the 70s when I was a kid. Now, yeah. You got about every lawnmower. I haven't seen no snappers around here. Do you got a snapper?
Yeah, there's one down there.
There's one down there, okay. Well, we might have to get that out then if you got a snapper, because that thing's not that hard to fix at all. But
I think it's a snapper, I think.
Well, I don't know if I see it. We'll come across it one day, I'm sure. But this is a very basic, simple lawnmower, and I love it because of that. It's easy to work on. I don't know what year they started making these, but it's got the rear engine, and you can mow straight up a hill with one of these things, no problem at all. Have you been on any hills with it, Jay?
Oh, mercy. Yeah, my place is nothing but a hill out front.
So this right here is a 30-inch. It's not very wide, but it's one blade, and that helps you out keeping the grass even, because I get 2 blades, and one of my blades will get off a little bit, and then you'll have an off cut, you know, be off a little bit. So he's going to use this Wayne just to trim up underneath these trees and a few things. And he's just going to talk about a few things he's going to trim to make sure it's okay with it, because this is a pear tree. Yeah. And so I'm not sure how precious it is to you, but I feel like we ought to cut a few more of these limbs off. What do you think? So you can get underneath there with your tractor okay. Yeah. That okay, or you want to leave them because they got pears?
They got pears on them, but which I don't never get them, because the bees get them before I do, and they hull them out.
Well, how about if we just cut back a little bit right up in here, so you can get, so you can't get under here with your tractor.
Be sure to get this snap off here.
What's that?
Like that, snap off, and get that off.
We'll cut it. We'll go back here and cut it just a little bit. We won't break them. We'll cut it so you can get your tractor under here, just a few. And then we talked about this right here. You said these was weeds here yesterday, right?
Yeah.
So what, Jay? You got a.
Yes, I got a weed. I got 2 weedy. I got a string. I got a blade.
Okay, so we'll trim this, and then we'll take some weed killer and spray around it once it's trimmed, all around the building. And so we got some trees there. Come over here, Wayne. I saw some more trees over here that could be a problem. And I cut some yesterday.
About head high.
See, I'm over that tractor yonder. I'm over that tractor yonder.
Yeah, well, he's on that tractor, you know, so it makes it up tall for him.
I know at my place, if it takes my hat off on a tractor, I come back and cut it off.
So we got some issues right here. These are awful close. These will be pretty easy to trim back right here.
Yep.
So this wouldn't be too hard to climb these trees up. And how about this tree right here, Wayne? It's just kind of grew up out of the building.
Oh, yeah.
What do you want to do with it? Take it down?
I've been aiming to cut it, but y'all ain't got to do that.
You want us to take it?
I've been aiming to cut it down, but y'all
All
ain't got
right,
to do
all right,
that.
Joe.
We'll cut it down.
Y'all ain't got to do that.
I mean, I know we're here, man.
That's why we're here to help, you know, so you can mow us better, you know. You can't mow it out there.
Well,
So
I
this
can't
in here,
come through
Jay.
Here with that mower, it's wider.
Why did I get everything I could reach?
So we got, oh, here's a tree right here. This needs to
don't
come
hurt
out, I'm
yourself.
sure. All
Don't
this
hurt yourself.
right in here. See this?
No,
This poke salad. Is that poke salad?
yeah.
You gonna eat it?
No,
You wanna keep it?
No.
All right.
It's been there for years.
Well, we'll cut it down. That's
That's a limb.
a limb there. It'll come back. We cut it down. It'll be back next year. Don't worry.
Yeah.
So let's look right over here. Where else you have a problem mowing, Wayne? So we know he knows what to cut. Because me and you'll be washing cars, and he'll be working on this, and we won't be able to help him so much.
Yeah.
And I see a bunch of dead limbs on this right here that can come off.
You can cut them off.
Them dead limbs there.
Be careful and don't hurt yourself.
All right. Well, I think that's enough for him to get started.
Yeah.
That's plenty.
Yeah, don't
And,
hurt the man to death long enough.
All right. Well, let's go over to the car. Me and you'll get started on the car, and we'll let Jay figure out what he wants to do. And then if we can here in a little bit, your neighbor is coming back with a shorter water hose.
Everything here, is that all weeds? That looks like mint.
That's mint there. Just don't worry about that.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Just mow. Just he's going to trim around it with his mower. Just mow around it there a little bit. Okay. And if you see anything else, we'll just ask him before we cut it.
Big peonies.
So yeah, this is what he pulled the car out with yesterday to use this. This is what he still uses the farm with, and plow with.
Oh.
But he's got the big Ford tractor over here somewhere.
I got it down there and roll it off.
Oh, okay. So you know what? Before things get we get too far along on this car, because we got quite a few hours on that. Won't we wash your everyday driver? Everybody's asking me, well, what would Wayne drive every day? What is that car you drive?
It was a Chevrolet.
Chevrolet?
Small Chevrolet.
All right. Well, I'm gonna
think about it. It starts with a C, I think.
Okay. Well, let's wash it down first, and you know, I think we can move it because it's drivable, and we can maybe do it in the shade.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
All right. I'll bring it right up here.
Well, okay. Just bring it on up here. We'll get started on it and get it washed.
Nice in there. There's one nice one. Most of them little.
Where'd you get them tomatoes from?
In the garden.
Oh, you got these out of your garden. Okay.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
you.
You like them little cherry tomatoes?
Well,
Reach your hand in there and get you one.
I will maybe before I leave. If I get them now, I'll drop them some
You
more.
eat 'em. Oh, put it in your mouth.
Put it in my mouth.
Yeah.
Eat it.
Yeah. I ate 4 or 5 this morning.
You did.
Yeah.
Now how you got all that energy?
What?
You got plenty of energy for
Just a
84 years old.
Little, you know.
Yeah, them tomatoes give you good energy.
Well, some. I eat a banana once in a while. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's look at your Chevrolet here. Let's see what it is. It's a Cavalier, it says.
Cavalier. Yeah.
That's
I can't keep them all in mind, you know.
I almost think that's a Toyota. What do you think?
Chevrolet.
I think Chevrolet used some Toyota cars
Oh,
at
yeah,
one
yeah,
time.
you're probably right.
I think it's got a Toyota motor in
Actually,
it.
some of the motors, they say.
Yeah, I think they use a few different foreign cars. The American companies, the American car companies no longer make cars. Did you know that, Wayne? They quit making cars.
Yeah.
Ford makes the Mustang. Chevrolet still makes the Camaro, maybe, I don't know, and the
thought they
Corvette.
used
I don't even know if they still make the Camaro or not, but
be in Michigan, I thought.
what's that?
Chevrolet, General Motors used to be in Michigan, didn't it?
A mixture?
Michigan. You know, Michigan. Michigan. You know, that's where that lady comes from right there.
Michigan.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, it took me a minute to understand what you're saying. Yeah, they used to be made in Michigan, but they found that they could buy cars from foreign makers and bring them over and make a little money on them and not have to design them and make them, you know. Let's pop the hood on this a minute.
I worked third shift years ago, and they called here one morning. I was in the bed. They wanted to know a whole lot of stuff. You know, in 6 months' time, he'd come out that way, the cars not have a name on them, you know, and so forth. See, I was a Chevrolet man. I told them I was a Chevrolet man. And they said, what about foreign cars? Would you have a foreign car? I said, I don't plan on it.
Yeah, but I believe you do have a foreign car, Wayne.
I have, yeah.
I think this is, and some people can tell us, and I don't know, what year model is this, Wayne?
2001.
2001. That looks like a Toyota motor to me, but I'm no expert or mechanic, but there's nothing wrong with that. I like Toyotas. I drive a Toyota myself.
Oh, it was a good car.
Oh yeah, I love Toyotas. I've had good luck out of them.
Had one pickup a long time.
Oh yeah, pickup. Yeah, I had a 82 pickup. I loved it. So yeah, all right. Well, I just want to look at the motor. Do you need to check the oil or anything? You checked the oil lately on it? You want to check the
I
oil?
just cranked it up here. See, it's up high now. you
Okay.
know.
It looks about ready for an oil change, maybe. Getting close, ain't it?
Well, it ain't been long since I've done it, but time flies.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. Here's your neighbor Randy. He's going to bring us some more pallets. Let's see.
He's gonna put them under that, make it taller. You ready to shut the lid?
Yeah. Go ahead and shut the hood.
You want a little tomato? I got a bag this morning.
Animator and Thank you.
You gotta come over here now.
in the shade. Let's take a break a second. All right, guys, we got it washed halfway. Looks better than it did. We're low on water. Our problem is Wayne has a well that doesn't put out too much water, especially in the summertime. So his neighbor Randy brought us, how many gallon tank is that, Randy? 270 gallon. He brought us 270 gallon tank of water, and I wanted to get his daily driver washed up a little bit for him. And we're gonna take a break and we'll be right back. And then we'll get started on the Chevelle. That ain't a Chevelle, it's an Impala. Look how hot I am. Oh. We're gonna work on the Impala, the 67 Impala with a 283 motor. And we're gonna take a break, we'll be right back. What time is it, Wayne? What time we got?
22 after 12.
All right, well, we got a few things done so far. We got started about 10. Wayne started way before that, and his neighbor here helping him this morning already. It's hot, ain't it? It is for me. You might be used to it. You're better shape than I am.
I don't say.
Huh?
I might die in a minute.
You might die in a minute. Well, you don't look like it. You look like you're healthier than I am.
You can't judge a book with a cover.
Oh, can't judge a book.
You've seen that before, ain't you?
Well, as you see there, we decided to move the Impala up front under the shade trees so that we could be shade tree mechanics, see? You know, we got to have this. If you ain't under a shade tree, then you ain't an official shade tree mechanic. So what we're going to do, I went to O'Reilly's and got a battery this morning. And we're going to put it in, we're going to see if it turns over. And let me see, I got something right here. We're going to use some of this True fuel. This has got a little bit of a 2-cycle motor oil in it. You want to use something when you're trying to crank something with a little bit of oil in it, so it don't mess your cylinders up. You want a little oil washed on them cylinders when you're first cranking it. So this is what I use, but you can just put a little bit of 2-cycle oil and regular gas like you would a weed eater. Use weed eater gas to use it to try to crank to see if it's going to fire, because you don't want to be flushing gas down into those cylinder walls and washing all the oil off, you know. So this helps protect it a little bit, having a little bit of oil in there as we try to crank it. We're going to see if it's going to crank. I've been up underneath it. The gas tank is still in good shape, so if we can get it to fire, then we'll maybe look at doing something else to it. But I got a battery, we're gonna put it in. We done checked the oil on it yesterday. The oil's good, the transmission fluid's good. We didn't check the brake fluid. So let's pop the hood on it here and let's stick this battery in. We'll just set it in there for now. We won't bolt it down. There we go. It looks a little tall to me. It might be okay. That's what it called for. I told them what was needing it for. Is that our grounds?
I don't know.
No, that's not our ground. It's over here. That's part of our ground, I think. Here's your ground over here. Let's turn the key on, see if the lights come on. That way we know if we got power.
Got lights?
Nope, no lights. Okay, we got a hot wire right here that's off, that's got to go on too. So turn your key back off just a second. So we're just going to temporarily stick this on here. We ain't fixing it permanent. So I know some people's going to say, John, what are you doing? Well, we're doing some shade tree mechanic work here. So we're not going to do it 100% right. We're just going to see if it's going to crank over. Okay, now turn it back on. See if we can get them lights back on now.
I got it. I got it on.
Okay, try your wipers again. Nothing? We got wipers and no headlights. Most likely that's because of the mice. And I do see some issues right here. The mice have been in here. Check this out, guys. Golly. Let me bring you on over here so you can see it a little bit better. These are heading towards the headlights. And yeah. So this is what mice do. All chewed up down in here. See that? Why they do that, I'm not for sure. They like electrical components. So yeah, probably not a bad fix on that. So that's why we don't have no lights. Just bump the starter on it one time. Just bump it one time. Okay, do it again. Again. Okay, it's turning over. That's a good thing. All right. Okay, let's turn it over about 4 cranks. Let's do 4 cranks on it. Okay, that's good. Now, we're going to put a little petrol in here. All right, now give her a twirl. Nope. Okay, so we're gonna have to see if we're getting fire. Turn your key back off.
It's off.
Off, okay.
All light burns in here.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't bring anything to really check. I need a plug checker or ignition, I don't know what you call it, but to see if it's getting fire from the distributor. Give it a few more cranks now. Okay. All right, we're done for now. All right, we got some cranks on it until we can get something going on in here and get the distributor off. Look at that. I'm sure these points are probably corroded over. We're not getting no fire. That's just common. It's set for 35 years. So maybe just taking the points and cleaning it, and that's not something I'm really good at. So I just wanted to turn it, see if the motor's going to turn over. We're going to clean it today. Maybe tomorrow we'll try something else. We might work on that tomorrow. So we're good. All right, I'm going to disconnect the battery on it, leave the battery setting, and then we're going to start cleaning on it some.
The fan on the heater works.
All right, it's going to probably need the points cleaned on it first thing. It's not getting fire, it would have hit. So I need a spark checker, you know. All right, so let's, what we probably going to do right now, guys, is we're going to go ahead and take you on the inside of it. I'm going to get the camera and bring it over and show you what we're going to do on the interior. The exterior, we have washed the dirt off of it, but it is still got a lot of cleaning to go, and but we'll get it looking better. It's already looking better. It's got the tires aired up on it. After 35 years they held air, unbelievable, but they were good tires to begin with. So let's look on the inside of it here. All right, guys, we are in the shade, which is better, and we do have some rust right here that we're going to work on today. I got some compound, and I got I think 1,000 grit sanding block that we'll try on some of this, maybe, depending how it goes. But we're going to look on the interior, and this is where mice really play such a damaging role. You know, we done see where they've chewed up the headlights. We can see right here, they've got up underneath the dash. There's been some insulation they've chewed out right there. We've actually got a dead mouse back here in the back. So we've got some dirt dauber nests built in the doors. Wayne done knocked some of them out. But let's see, let's look back here. Pretty solid car.
That's one.
Right there's some dirt dauber nests we'll get out. We got a lot of mold right here. See this mold? That's just common where it's been setting. And the carpet's in really good shape. I'm not for sure But I think we can get that pretty clean. The only thing we can't fix is right here. We got a little bit of seat damage on both sides. And let's sit down and take a look at the interior dash. Oh yeah, I love these dashes on these old cars. Look at that, beautiful. Actually, the brake pedals are not very wore on it at all. I'm sure that's 126,000 miles, but not too bad on their brake pedals, you know. Looks pretty good. Got the AM radio. Got the ashtray. I ain't gonna pull that out right now. This must be a vent over here.
Yeah.
Most of the convertibles didn't really come with air, I don't think. I'm not for sure how many of these they made. I'm gonna think a lot of the convertibles ended up being super sports. Wayne, what do you think? This not being a super sport and being an Impala, I'd have to look that up and see how many of these they actually
Super
made.
Sport, you talking about a two-door or what?
Yeah, well, you know, convertible two-door Impalas. This is just not a super sport, but it's a convertible. So that makes it, you know, really, I don't know. I'll look that up on the internet and try to put that in there, how many of these they would have made. I looked that up a couple of months ago, but I can't remember the exact numbers. Got the VIN number right here. And Wayne had it painted. When we were talking there, me and your neighbor were talking, what do you remember when you got this painted in the 80s, what you paid to get it painted? How did it cost it back then?
Oh, I don't know. The boys over here done it. It was real reasonable, you know.
$700-800 maybe?
No, it wasn't that much.
Huh?
It wasn't that much.
Not that much?
No, I put a top on it, and I believe it's $275.
$275.
I seen it paper a while back. It might have been in here, but yeah. She sings a top now, $2,000 probably.
The tops? Yeah, probably so. So yeah, we're going to get to washing on it. I think we'll go ahead and work on that interior. We've got the exterior, the first wash on it, and then we also have, we used a little degreaser on this fender here yesterday evening, and it looks a little bit better. But that yellow clay right there has got in here. So yeah, we got some deep cleaning to do. Wayne's already digging out the garbage. Let me go get you a garbage bag, Wayne. I'll be right back, buddy. Got the garbage there. What you do with the garbage you had a little while ago? Okay, I'm gonna get in here with the GoPro so you can see a little bit better. Wayne done got the dead mouse out for us. And let's see if we can get this back floor mat out. There we go. Front floor mat. So I think the first thing is going to be a vacuum cleaner. All right, we got this yellow mud in here that can come off probably using some Lysol foam and bleach cleaner. Yeah, That's what I use sometimes on white cars. Now I don't recommend it on anything except white, but yeah, we're gonna see what it will do. See if we can get this yellow out of it. All right, I'm still on this same project, but what I'm doing here now is because we got so much rust right in here, and it's not coming out with the bleach real good, and right down in here in this vent, I'm taking some of this compound, rubbing compound, heavy duty, and I'm using it on my brush, and I'm just going down in here and I'm gonna put some rubbing compound in here on this side. I was gonna go back over it, but it just needs a little bit of grit there in this, and like if you see that grit and with that bleach, we'll see if, I don't know if we'll tell the difference too much. I'm gonna get her down, get this on here, then I'm gonna take the heavier, stiffer brush and brush it again. So I know I'm brushing compound. It's not the way it works, but throw me a little bit more water on it. Yep, that's good. Give me some right up on that. This is going to be hard in here, so I'm going to take some, I'm going to go with some degreaser on that. No, I'm going to come back to it in a minute. I'm going to wet sand it in just a second. As you can see there, I'm not going too deep with it, but it's springing off. Okay, so we got a rust spot right there. So we got a little bit of rust in there. So see there? Come right off. Got some black in here. some rust up in here. And I'll use this sander on this grill. So we got some rust right here. Okay, let's rinse it again and see what it feels like. Okay, see this black right in here that's eating into the paint? Let's see if we can erase that. Pop the hood on so I can get them edges of the hood. All right, thank you, sir.
Yes, right there. And there.
Okay. Paint's about gone on the inside, unfortunately. I think when he painted it, he didn't paint on the inside of it. That's original paint right there. The side of it. So we're going to use this 1000 grit block and try to get some of this off. Probably could have used 800 on this right now on this first cutting.
You got a fold line or a pinch line.
Yeah, make sure it don't go over the edge right there.
Because it's a pinch line right there.
Yeah. There ain't no hope for that. We can get this, then we don't see this so bad down in there when the door's shut.
See, that's
you want some here, let's do this, let's do this.
See, that's that pinch line.
It's getting a little hard to get off there, so we'll throw a little more grit on it.
Pinch line right there. And pinch lines make it rough, man, I'm telling you.
See if that helps cut it any better.
You gotta press on it as hard.
So I have put some degreaser on it, and I'm also putting some compound on this paintbrush. And we just want to get this on the sides through here. We can see this on the hood a little bit, so we're not going to spend a lot of time underneath here right now. But
Yeah.
Laney found a possum that climbed up in there and died. We got some,
Still down in there.
some of them still in there?
Yeah. Down in there. In that fender already. How did he get?
All right, we got the door seals here that's dirty. For some reason we got some mold on this side. We're just gonna use some water on it at first and wet it a little bit. We can get a lot of it off with water.
That bolts to get mold off.
Well, let's see, where did I do that bleach? Let's wet it a little bit and make it easier to come out. Okay, so I do have some bleach cleaner, but I'm afraid it might stain the carpet. So what we're going to do, I know this won't hurt anything, we're going to use some Dawn. This is the spray Dawn. And okay, I use this all the time for cleaning cars. So if you don't want any chemical that could change the color or really hurt anything, and we don't on the interior, you're going to want to use this Dawn. And you can use it even on the windshield, on the glass. We're going to need to wet it just a little bit more. We ain't gonna do the glass. The glass is dirty. Since we're doing the door panel, it ain't gonna hurt it any. To get it wet, it's got all right. We'll go ahead and spray some in there. Now we'll probably use some degreaser back in there. We'll go ahead and hit that a little bit. All right, now I'm gonna probably use, I don't wanna use this stiff of a brush, I don't think. But look at my bucket, see if you find that other gray brush. There's a gray, might be right there. That's it, yeah. Now this one's softer.
Yeah.
Now this is more good for interior. You film me some. I'm letting Wayne film some. Okay, so we're gonna start up here at the top, and I ain't got enough water on my brush. There we go. We'll go ahead and get these windows good. I used to tint windows years ago in a different lifetime. I actually had 3 window tinting shops at one time, and I quit doing that because as soon as I would train somebody how to tint windows, Wayne, they'd go open their own shop up down the road for yeah.
Yeah, that's the point of the game, man. That's what it is a lot of times.
So we'll start up here at the top. Depends on what you're cleaning. So what we're going to do right here, hand me that rag right there. See that rag? Let's rinse it out here just a little bit. We're going to use this rag for some. Okay, so now what we're going to do, wring that rag out a little bit. Now spread it open a little bit. We're going to put a little bit of bleach. Well, this ain't pure bleach, but and it does not turn. I've never seen it turn carpet, but this is not factory carpet, so I'm not for sure. Anything that's got made of polyester generally don't bleach. And this is going to be, so what we're going to do, we're going to put some bleach right in this area right here. We're going to rub some bleach where that mold was at. And we'll get in here. We might need to take that paintbrush. I like using paint brushes for detail brushes. And we want to get a little bit of bleach on here. If we don't kill that out, what's going to happen? That mold's just going to come right back on us. If something caused it, maybe the window was cracked a little bit. Hard to say. What do you think? Let's get that brush right there a minute. See that brush? Let me rinse it out a second. I didn't bring any good detail brushes. What are you talking about? Right in here?
Yeah. I just thought that other stuff done good.
What stuff? The power wash?
Oh, you was using something.
This right here?
See down there, in there where you put your fingers, you know.
Down in there? Okay. Here. That's what them paint brushes are good for. Let you get in them cracks like that, you know?
Yeah. You ain't get it all.
No.
I hope it.
We're doing kind of a quickie cleanup, but yeah, it's going to take us several days just to get it washed off.
Yeah.
But it ain't a complete detailing yet. We're just getting the dirt off of it, then it can be cleaned.
Okay.
All right, let me see right here. I see some stuff right up in here. Some cracks in there.
get in here, these, get down in there. Okay, let's use that on it right there. Clean that window good. That brake brush has a hard time getting down in these crevices.
Yeah.
Let me take this paintbrush and we can get in here. All right. Okay, I put a little dawn in there, but let's go with some of that awesome degreaser right there on this right here. And they're just about the only thing. That's where that possum's at. There's some of them still in there.
I got most of it. I just fell down in yonder.
Yeah.
Couldn't get it.
Couldn't get him all, could you? Well, I can tell right now some of this is rust, and it's not going to come like I want it to. Go ahead and get a screwdriver and get that possum out tomorrow. We won't fool with it today. We're probably about done for today. I see part of him right there. That's part of him right there. He's going to take a screwdriver. I ain't reaching in there with my fingers and getting him. Body by Fisher. So we'll just go ahead and we'll just start with the Dawn dishwashing liquid, and we'll start with this heavy brush.
I make foam clean pretty good. Yeah.
And dirt dauber's nest there. All right, I always start from the top and rinse down.
Look, a new car.
'cause still got to go around those sheds with the weed eater.
Don't worry about that today. We're done.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna go get a bologna sandwich. I'm buying lunch. You wanna go eat?
Well, no, 'cause it's going to be closer for me to head out this way and pick up 704.
Right.
So it'll be a whole lot closer than backtracking.
So let me see what I need to do to fix this water hose.
What I do is ride around these back bonds basically.
Went down that.
Yeah, tell them people about them zero turns and why you use that snapper. We talked about it earlier in the video.
Yeah, zero turns are good on flat.
You have one, right?
Yes, I do. But when you get on steep slopes and all that, a snapper and a bigger tracker is the way to go. Because if you think you could do it with a zero turn, it'll get away from you. Zero turns have no brakes. So if you start going downhill, just hope you can turn. But zero turns have their purpose because you'll fly on a flat surface or minor slopes. When you start getting a bigger slopes, you got to be very careful. And the thing is when I watch YouTube University, y'all, it's talking to a guy, I don't remember his name. He said, when you think you master it, is the day you wreck it. So he says, and you always think, well, I get another little bite, another little bite. He goes, that little bite will cause you to wreck. So y'all be careful. God bless y'all.
Jay, thank you for coming out today, buddy.
Yes,
I
sir,
appreciate you. And
I'll see you. I'll see you. What did I just say? Thursday, Friday.
we got a little bit done. It's taking a little bit longer than I thought.
Yeah.
But you can see the front end. I got the hood and the fender. I used some.
It's a whole lot whiter.
It's getting there.
Yeah.
You vacuumed the interior. You found a possum in the fender well.
Yeah.
So we depossified it, I guess, and there was a mouse in the back, and so yeah.
I got them both out.
You got them out, yeah. Did you give them a good burial and funeral and all that?
No, I just threw them out. And
Just put them in the garbage.
yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, it's a heat index right now, and we got it pulled around here in the shade. There was no way we could have made it over there today in the heat with it, but Jay's still mowing. He's been mowing all day. He's weeded, he's mowed. I don't know where he's at. I just asked him to mow over here. He's mowed everything, I think, around on this side of the property, but we're gonna go down to Jane's and get a bologna sandwich, and down to Prentiss General Store that's been open since 1888, and I've made videos on that store. And Wayne's in a bunch of those videos on my channel there, on the Appalachian channel. And that's how I met Wayne. I met Wayne last year, about February. I told Jane, you know, people tell me about these general stores and where they're at. And I finally got a hold of Jane, said I was going to come see her. And I said, you know, if you got any guys around that comes around and hangs out, have them come down too. And sure enough, there was Wayne. He showed up, but he's there every day, I think. So he didn't just come for me. He comes down there to have something to do, I guess, to get out and socialize. But
I go to senior citizen, you know.
You go to senior citizens, and you know somebody was. You got how many days you go down there? On Friday?
5 days sometimes.
5 days. What time's that?
I get over there about 11.
11.
Yeah, and leave about 12, 15 or something.
You eat over there,
Once
don't
in a
you?
while.
Yeah.
And we play bingo once a month from 1 to 3 on Friday.
Oh yeah.
Last Friday.
I called you one time, and I called you yesterday. You was down there yesterday morning.
Yeah.
So there was some people asked a few questions about a few things. One person asked if they saw those magazines from the Fiddlers Convention in Galax when we was filming last time. You know, you had some kind of magazines in there. And
I collect them.
You do, and you go to it, don't you? The Fiddlers Convention. They asked if you played fiddle. That's what they was wanting to know. You're not a fiddle player.
No.
You're a dancer, ain't you?
I've been practicing several years.
Several years.
I ain't learned how yet.
He does what's called flat foot dancing. I don't know that term in Tennessee, but now on some of the other videos I filmed at the general store, he's doing some dancing on some of them videos. They play a little bit of bluegrass, and he dances for us in a couple of those videos, but we just ain't had no time to dance today. We've been working on cars and trying to piddle with things around here, and it's just been a lot of fun. It's just been a little bit hot now. I'm gonna come back probably in September when it cools down a little bit. I can't come back till it cools down. I got a few things to do, but we'll come back maybe in September. We got several more days going on here now, but my next trip will be September. My goal is on this trip, and I don't know if it'll happen, is we need to get some points in this car to see if we can get fire, and that's something I might could do, but I'd rather get somebody that's done it before. And you know, I put points and condensers and lawnmowers and stuff, but I'd like to see this fire up, and I know you all would. Leave in the comments there if you'd like to see it fire up, and if we can get a mechanic out here, we'll see if we can get it to fire, and if we can't, I'll figure it out and try to put some points in it next trip. But tomorrow we're going to finish washing this one up here, get the hubcaps back on it, and then he's got an 88 Super Monte Carlo, and that's maybe going to get washed. And so, yeah, guys, I appreciate y'all leaving comments. If you got any questions for Wayne, leave them in the comments. We'll see if we can answer them for you. I appreciate your neighbor coming out. He has been a true blessing to help. He's been here yesterday and all day today. Jay's come all the way over an hour drive down from Virginia to come help mow. He watches your videos. He saw that last video and he said, I want to come. They told Jane, they told me, and they told you down at Prentiss one time, but they weren't the last time I guess I was down there. So we got a little bit of help, and that's good. It's always nice to have some help, ain't it, Wayne?
That's exactly right. That's,
well, guys, we appreciate you watching, and these videos will keep coming out maybe once a week or so we can spread these out if I can get back here. And he has so many cars that we could work here for years making videos. And if Wayne likes what's going on and he likes how things are going, he might let me come back. And so we're going to go get a bologna sandwich now. I've had it. Look, this shirt this is sweat. Look at that. That's crazy.
you gotta get it out. You're cleaning the folds of your skin.
Oh, is it? Well, I'm clean as a whistle then. Well, guys, we're going to go down to Prentiss, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.
All right.
Wayne's about rubbed the paint off of it in here. He rubbed on it so hard. Huh? You climbed up under the dash. Liquid just to get the dirt off. It could use some armor all on here, but he's not taking it nowhere right now. So he's got his seat belts laid out here.
I gotta clean up that thing.
You want to hook it on this side or this side?
Yeah, all right.
He's already